Dobbins for a second here. Will he be playing in that new stadium? We'll see about that. He'll be playing in the old one as soon as this year as RB1 is how you and I are both looking at JK Dobbins. JK got a deal done yesterday. It's $2 million guaranteed, a little north of at 2.065. He gets $40,000 for every game that he's on the roster. Can total up to another $680,000. And then to get to that $5 million number that we were talking about yesterday, because that was the early report, and it can be $5 million, but he has to hit markers, incentive packages based off rushing yards and total yards from scrimmage. That can get him up to $2.5 million. We can do a little digging and find out what those incentives are. Would you guess it's as simple as over 1,000?
Yeah, I'm sure.
On the rushing side.
Yeah, on the rushing side. I'm sure there's a lot of numbers. It's probably all-purpose yards, honestly.
There's both rushing and total yards.
Yeah, rushing and total yards. Take his career average, boost it up a little bit more. But if it's like the incentives they gave Courtland Sutton, the Broncos want you to hit your incentives. Greg Penner's not sitting on his pile of money like, I'm not going to pay that. No, if JK Dobbins balls out and, oh, my God, it cost the Broncos $5 million plus. Yeah, okay, so that means he balled out. That means the Broncos are winning games. So this is a team, and Sean Payton is a coach, and he's got the green light. And even if he didn't have the green light from ownership, he'd still do it because he's Sean Payton. He will help you get your incentives. Why do you think they mess around with the Matt Henningsons and the Michael Burtons and, throwing you on to practice squad, but then making sure you get those 3 games so you get those 3 game checks and you get a vested season? Mm-hmm. That's Sean doing you a solid, right? And that's why, you're going to take a chewing. He's going to get a little gritchy. It's like working on a car with your dad when you're a kid. I'm going to say some cuss words. Yeah. I'm going to not be so nice, but, I love you. Now give me that damn ratchet, right?
How can you not even hold the flashlight right? Stuff like that.
So nervous holding a flashlight. So if you're Sean Payton, you're going to get guys their incentives as long as they're healthy enough to do it. And with J.K. Dobbins, Bo Lowry, King Dingaling, he's out there running the show on the health and nutrition side for this team. You should feel pretty good about J.K. Dobbins reaching those incentives.
Yes, you should. He should reach those incentives because you and I look at it as J.K.'s RB1. Will RJ turn into RB1, or maybe it's a 1A, 1B thing? Yeah, I fully believe that's going to happen. But I don't think it happens before week 5, week 6. Like, let JK take this and run with it, literally and figuratively, and let you then give RJ Harvey a little bit of a runway of like, yeah, you are a rookie running back coming from the Big 12. Again, he's not coming from the SEC or the Big 10. He's coming from the Big 12. There's going to be a time period where he needs to adjust to NFL talent, speed, and what they're doing on the defensive end. This is a perfect signing for the Broncos, and it's a perfect signing for RJ Harvey to really be developed.
I know that J.K. Dobbins is likely to miss time this year. I want him to potentially miss that in the middle of the year. Because if I have J.K. Dobbins at the beginning of the season, you can ramp up RJ Harvey. So the first 4, 5, 6 games, J.K. Dobbins, he's the man, he's the stud, whatever, a little bit banged up, has to miss a few weeks. RJ Harvey's ready. And then I want J.K. Dobbins for the postseason. This is the move that gets you to the Super Bowl. This is the type of move that gets you to the Super Bowl. Because playoff football is different football. It's about running the ball and playing great defense. Can the Broncos play great defense?
They can.
Can the Broncos now run the ball?
I'm hopeful.
With J.K. Dobbins, the answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is yes. So if you've got Bo Nix being out there, one of the most efficient quarterbacks, one of the best quarterbacks when it comes to red zone efficiency, third down efficiency, and not taking sacks, you know the best way to judge quarterbacks? Your quarterback's pretty damn good at all 3 of those things. Now you add in a ground game. Now your defense is the best in the league. Yeah, Super Bowl 60s is theirs until it's not. And no one needs to be afraid of that anymore. Don't be afraid of the expectations. This isn't the NBA. You don't have to go get your scars. Well, they're not ready yet because what had happened is they don't have their scars. No, go win. Win the damn thing. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be like Buffalo. They haven't won a damn thing. They just always talk about it. Like, you don't want to be like that. No, get there and win it. You don't want to be like the Bengals. Bengals have an incredible quarterback, incredible wide receivers. They don't play defense. Their defenders aren't happy. It's not just Trey Hendrickson, by the way. I don't know if you saw the Shamar Stewart.
Oh, no. So I saw him going off about something.
Yeah. On Hendrickson. And he's like, yeah, that guy's a little bit wrong because he has a contract. I'm 100% right. because he wants the void language in his contract taken out before he signs. That's our first-round pick. Cincinnati's a flipping mess, but they got to a Super Bowl. Did they win it? Nope. So if you're Denver, this isn't like wait your turn. Does that ever work in life?
No.
You want to be that guy waiting on that lady, and it's waiting your turn? All right. Good luck with that. I hope everything works out for you. You want to wait your turn? Oh, it's Buffalo's turn now. Well, what about Baltimore? Is it not still KC's turn? Go take it from them. Kick all their asses on the way to the Super Bowl. The Broncos have the capability to do that now with JK Dobbins.
Good text right here. Didn't put your name on it or else we'd give you a shout out. If JK hits his incentives, he should get another deal. I mean, at 26 years old, I don't think anybody's going to be opposed to JK signing another deal. Now, we're talking about a running back, so there's no 4 or 5 year deal. At 26, we'd be looking at 27. We're talking about a 2-year deal and all the guaranteed money being on that first year.
Well, and here's the thing, and they put their name on it? No?
They didn't, no.
Okay. I'm not going to disagree with that text. However, as a running back,
you could find more.
Go draft a guy. Go get another guy. Like, the injury concern is a worry. If he stays healthy this entire season, then you're going to be considering that. And it comes down to the price, comes down to the market. What's the market? His price tag had to be Nick Chubb plus because that was the market. You may have offered him last week $1.6 million, and wisely he said no. And then I wonder if Nick Chubb and JK Dobbins have the same agent, because it's just very curious how one gets a deal with $5 million and up to $5 million in incentives, and then the other gets a deal with up to $5 million, a little bit more in incentives.
Yeah,
that's curious.
Less than 2 days later.
But once the Chubb deal happens a day later, the Chubb deal happened Monday.
Oh yeah,
Dobbins happened Tuesday. Things change pretty quickly in this league. But what's changing for the Denver Broncos? It needs to change for the mindset of everyone out there. You can win a Super Bowl this year. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to say it. And I don't care if Zach calls me a homer, right? I'm going to say it. Why? Because it's the reality. It's the reality of where this team is at. And it's not their turn.
Yeah.
You don't wait your turn in this league. You kick in the door waving the Bo Nix.
Yeah. Nice. Put some DMX beat under that. Sounds great.
That was Biggie, actually.
You're absolutely. Oh, it was. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Your arrival is like, oh damn, it's the Washington Commanders. Your arrival, like, yo, they're in the NFC Championship. They have arrived, right? Bo Nix and the Broncos can certainly do that. I want to be right. I'm like, the Broncos can win a Super Bowl. I'm so close.
Okay,
real close.
What gets you there?
I want to see it with my eyes. I want to get to camp. I want to put my eyeballs on this roster.
Okay. Kev will have the demand on high from somebody in the office when they're done putting together the putt course out in the middle of everything. We need the schedule printed out because I'm here to tell you it's going to be the Philadelphia game or the Cincinnati game. You're going to look around week 4, week 5. You're coming over to my side. Not that you're not there. You're right there with me.
I am.
This guy's with me. We're getting in the club, doorman. We're getting in the club. We're getting in the Broncos going to the Super Bowl club. Are you coming or not?
You're right. I freaking hate this job.
I can't finish that quote.
It's one of the best movie scenes of all time. I'm close. I really am close. And JK certainly starts to get me to that side.
What are they missing? If you're close, let me just push back a little bit.
Yeah, please do.
What are they missing other than they haven't done it yet?
I want to see Evan Ingram in a Bronco uniform.
Okay.
I want to see the tight end production do something. The room do something.
Okay.
I want to see RJ and JK. I'm confident in all these things I'm telling you I want to see. I'm confident I'm going to see what I'm looking for.
Right.
It's just now actually doing it. Tight end production, running rec room being successful, and I got to see who Dre Greenlaw and Alex Singleton are after these injuries. Those are my biggest questions, and that's it.
Yeah, those are the questions. And if that's
you want to see some stuff from wide receivers,
sure.
Think, with the development and production of Bo and the next step from those wide receivers, I feel that room's going to be good. I just don't know the answer to the questions I just asked.
I don't know why Stink chose the Chargers to win the AFC West. Now I'm curious. Like, what is it? Do they have some bad New York pizza?
Yeah.
Did he get pressured on the subway to pick them? Like
Carton write his notes? What's going on? That guy always has bad takes.
Can he write?
Fair question.
Is he literate? Like, I don't know. I'm not being personal. I just have no idea based on history. It's not the Chargers game. You're measuring stick games early on. It's always going to be the Chiefs, okay? Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes are there. They're always going to be the Chiefs. Whatever. Travis Kelce, can't stand him. Don't care about his girlfriend. I don't care about any of that. But it's the Bengals game and it's the Eagles game. So
And that's back to back. That's 4 and 5, right?
Let's say about October, come November, we'll have a better idea if they can make that Super Bowl run.
Okay.
But it's not playoffs. Greg Penner said it. But we can't call it a success if we get to the playoffs and lose again.
That's not taking the next step.
No, you don't. That's not what they're here for. The reason why, and people still clown me about it, which is whatever. I've got broad shoulders. I really don't care. John Elway likes me. Peyton Manning likes me. I don't care. But when I get clowned about, you're the guy that said dynasty when Walton Penner. Yeah, because Walton Penner are here for dynasty. And knowing Greg a little bit and studying him, wishing I could be his.
Anything? You need an assistant,
you need
a
anything,
driver?
Greg?
What do you need, Greg?
You need some coffee? I could get you Starbucks.
Yeah.
But, just Greg Penner's not here to be okay. Kerry Walton Penner is not here to just hey, it's an interesting hobby. And it was said by some who terrible at their jobs, by the way, with microphones, that were oh, this is just a hobby for Walmart. This is just a side thing. Greg Penner's there every day.
Do you know what they have done in the short time they've been the owners of the Broncos? You don't think these guys are all in? They gave Russell Wilson all that money. Right? They thought that quarterback that's a Super Bowl champion, gone to Super Bowls, was going to come in here and be that guy. They threw all the money at it. And then they went, ooh, we totally screwed up. And then they threw more money at him to get him out of here. They hired Sean Payton. They traded to get Sean Payton, then hired Sean Payton and made him the second, third most highest paid coach in the entire NFL? Then they drafted Bo Nix, trusting in Sean Payton. They were right on that. Then they're starting to spend money around Bo Nix to build a roster around a young quarterback.
Yeah.
I haven't even talked about the multiple millions of dollars that they've put into the literal field itself, changing the way they get players from city to city. Dude, this is in 4 or 5 years. Those are the things he's done in 4 or 5 years. There are NFL owners, the Spanos, the group in Cincinnati, that haven't done those sort of things in the last 25 years.
Yeah, ever.
And Greg has done that in the first 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Mm-hmm. And all I know is that guy kicks ass, double life gonzo. All I know is Walmart makes $1 zillion. The Broncos are going to be a championship franchise, and they will be a dynasty in the Walton Penner Group.
Yeah.
Because that's the way those guys roll. That's the way they operate. By the way, that's TRE on YouTube. Says Bo Chapman Nix on a fire truck at the parade is going to feed families.
That's our boy Oregon Trey. That's our boy Oregon Trey right there.
All right.
Nice.
Way to go, Oregon Trey. Checking us out on YouTube.
Kevin's going
to
lose
be
his
on the
damn
fire
mind.
truck, though.
I get to be up there.
Him? Yeah. I'll hold the trophy for him.
You don't be like drunk Tom Brady on that boat throwing the trophy around.
I won't throw the trophy. I'll just hold it like a baby.
Yeah.
Just
hold
rock it back and forth.
Caress it, cuddle it, all those things.
Is he talking about Bo or the trophy?
A little bit of both. Why not a little bit of both?
Oh, God, if there's a Broncos parade, I am not going to be sober on the air. Sorry. I know I'll get fired for it, but
what were you doing on the 15 parade? Where were you?
Where was I? Well, I was here, but I think I might have been on air.
Okay.
While the parade was going on.
I was working for Woody at the time, actually, and we got to watch it. Woody had the dopest office of all time at the Denver Post building, right above Civic Center Park. You were there, Kev, and you could look right down on. Dude, it was freaking sweet. I had a great time. Woody had a great time too.
I'm sure.
Just get ready to party with Dover and Cecil and Kistner.
It's coming. By the way, a few of you guys are weighing on the text line. Jay, you signed it Jay like that. 10th and Osage is so ghetto. You think it's going to remain that? Or you think that the Greg group, Walter Penner group, is going to get that thing up and rolling and up to par? It's going to be beautiful by the first time you as a Broncos fan step foot onto the new stadium.
Yeah.
It's going to be 10 times what the old Mile High property looks like.
Right. It's the same as when Coors Field was put there and be like, downtown, it's a ghetto. No. That's going to get an upgrade. That's going to get a huge facelift. downtown if, in fact, that's where the new stadium's going to be. So hopefully there's an announcement sometime this summer. Hopefully when Greg talks before training camp, either at the media barbecue or what have you, like, hopefully we get some more information because this is out there.
I mean, dude, we're 6 weeks away from the media barbecue when Greg traditionally talks.
Yeah.
Now that this is public, there's no way he waits until then. He's too smart. He knows he wants to be in front of these sort of things. He'll talk before the media barbecue.
So look at the ownership that you have in the Mile High City. You have Dick Monfort hiding, not answering Kev's emails. You have Josh Kroenke apologizing for not being there enough, and you have Greg Penner boots on the ground.
By the way,
every day.
Real quick on the Josh Kroenke. Hey, I'm not here enough, and then disappears for 14 more days.